Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I'm your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Yes. Today we're going to talk about my paranoid traits that a lot of people say go along with narcissistic personality disorder, but I believe that there's either an extreme version compared to some sprinkles. And since I was diagnosed with having the traits, I have more sprinkles than most. So I'm going to read off some of the things that I have. You can compare it either to yourself, if you have narcissistic personality disorder yourself, or the people that you've dealt with in your life, and if you have ever seen any of these traits, okay? I was with different types of cluster Bs throughout my life, and I did not see a lot of these things in others. So I think that comes down to me not being able to relate to the other person, as in if I saw the other person as a toxic sauce, but they're different toxic than me. And you know this, that narcissism is on a spectrum with how they present with their different traits, especially if they're grandiose compared to vulnerable. Am I motherfucking rambling? Whatever. Anyways, so with my paranoid traits, I am hypervigilant. This means I am a watcher. Some narcissistic people that you see, they're just like, crashing through life, look at me getting what they want, just grabbing at anything that they can get. And me, I'm the quiet watcher. So I will watch body language, personality traits, consistency through your behavior. And I am taking notes of blackmail. I'm taking notes for blackmail. This is a protective measure for myself. If in the past you were to, expose me of something that I told you in confidence, then I have something that I can expose you back with. Everything's out there on the internet, y'all, so you can't get me full shit. And because of these paranoid traits, I am very, very careful when texting other people. Okay. Also, I have seen a lot of people with narcissistic flavor or borderline flavor who will use blackmail and threats just to fuck with you, to keep you in line, or to get you back to talk to them. So if you were way too open with a cluster B, told them a little bit of shade or anything that you are shameful for, they can use this to get you to pick up the phone, get you to not go and do what they don't want you to do, isolate you, whatever it is. This is why I always tell you guys, zip it. I know you very much want to trust somebody, and narcissistic people come off as very trustworthy, a good listener, and all of those things in the beginning, but please just slow your roll. Just fucking put on the brakes a little bit and give tiny bits. Don't trauma dump right away. Tiny bits. Now I know that this is difficult for neurodivergents and borderlines themselves. You do like to trauma dump and just, tell them fucking everything about you. This also gets other people to take on the parental role, take on the white knighterry, and keeps you. It's very hard for them to abandon you when you trauma dump on people too. Now, I don't know if borderlines do this on purpose, but I have done this on purpose to bait my second husband. Okay? So I have done it on purpose. You go look in the mirror and you see if you do this shit on purpose. Okay? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. All right? All right. Next is suspicious and mistrust others. Why did they say that or ask that? So I'm always looking for an ulterior motive to your questioning and trying to figure out me. Because I do this, I'm projecting thinking that you're doing the same shit to me. I know, crazy town, right? Anyway, so I do not trust, obviously. I'm thinking that you are trying to trip me up in some way. So I'm going to trip you up. I may withhold information. I may give you half-truths. I don't trust you. I shouldn't be shamed for zipping my fucking mouth, for, testing you to see if you are trustworthy, right? Right. See? Justification, okay? Are they projecting something that they've done? So anytime you are talking about somebody else, if you are asking me a question, I'm thinking because you've done it. I had somebody ask me before, do you like novelty, meaning new shit? And when you mean new shit, it means you get bored of what you have. This is what happens in narcissistic relationships. If the narcissists get bored, the dopamine goes down, the cortisol goes up, and then they take off. Dismissive avoidance do this too. Fearful avoidance do it when they're doing the push and pull thing. So they want to come back, but they push you away. But then they want novelty. They want something new. And they'll go after that new thing. And then when they're gone, and that, that new person loses their shine or whatever, then they may go back to you, whether they're re-idealizing you or they just want to go back to a safety net before they jump into something else because they're not learning anything. I'm going off, but when this person's asking me, do you like novel? It's like I was thinking like going out and doing new things and always on the move, always whatever, because I'm an isolator. And I'm like, no. In the past, I would do the bored with you, have to, jump into something new. I also do that. I think it's an ADHD thing. I do that with, art projects, special interests and things, autism. Anyway, but in that moment, when I look back on it, it's like, was he testing me? And he, has paranoid flavor too, so he's not going to believe anything that I say anyway. You can't win with paranoid people, okay? All right. Then detachment and social isolation. Yes, and this can cross over into schizoid traits too, where people like to isolate. They don't need other people. Human meat sacks. We can go on social media if we want. We get to leave whenever we want. It's not like having somebody in your face and then you can't escape them. When I was married, I would be, number one, I wouldn't want to go out all the time. And my ex-husband would be a social butterfly. And being with a partner that he wants to be around, and I don't want to do anything, and I would tell him to go, but he wants to be with me. So he would self-isolate As soon as we got a divorce, he turned into party guy again, and he was throwing all these fucking parties all the time. And it's not because I didn't want to party at my house. So he can blame me for not wanting to party at the house. But, you know, I told him he can hang out with his friends and shit. Or go shoot your guns and shit. I mean, come on. Okay, on the flip side, I understand that your partner should be doing some things together, you know, even just one hobby together. I read it in a marriage book, okay? So I don't want to be like, you know, totally dismissive. Your partner should be your best friend, confidant, the person that you trust, and, you know, things like, I get it. He gets a pass on that. But I also would read a book or do a hobby, self stuff, self for myself, you know, go for walks every morning by myself, listening to music, you know. So I would do a lot of alone things. Now it's good that you do things and have your own separate life of, you know, taking care of yourself and things like that. It's, you know, that's good too. But I did it because I was anxious of being around other meat sacks. I couldn't even cuddle my partner, sit next to him on the couch, or even have my kids smother me. I couldn't do it, you know, after they were babies. You know what I mean? All right. Check you for malicious intent behind things that you say, which can make me react in a defensive, even over innocent remarks. So, like I said, I'm always looking for why are you talking to me like that? Why are you asking me that? Why are you this, that, and the other thing? And what's going to happen is my brain is going to say this person is being a deviant, some sort of con artistry stuff, you know, projection type shit. You know, even though I'm not doing these things to you in the now, I know these things. So I'm paranoid that somebody is doing this shit to me. So I will become defensive. I can either be sarcastic, cold, defensive, or very accusatory. This is another thing. You will be accused if they're not afraid of conflict, which I can go toe to toe with you. But if I think that it's not even worth fighting with you over, because I know you now, I know you're not going to fucking listen to me, then I'm just going to fucking tell you to get the fuck away from me. But we can take shit the wrong way, you know? I'm sure that you guys have been through this, you know, where people are thinking that, you know, why'd you say it like that? Why are you talking to me in that tone? Why are you, you know, and we think that you are being accusatory. All right. And what I always say is we hear our parents' mouths coming through your mouth, okay? Then we got, your love is a lie. Of course it is. You're doing things for me to guilt me or get something. So one of my things that I do is acts of service. This is a way that I show that I care about you. Being in my life, you know, care about, that's pretty broad, you know, for a narcissistic person, but I care about you being my special mirror. You're mirroring to me what I want you to see about me. And so mine is acts of service. So I will do things for you, at least in the beginning of the relationship, in the love bomb stage, you know. If you see me continue to do these things throughout the relationship, it's not a fucking malicious act. It's not something that I'm trying to, you know, get you, lock you down, and you're mine, dude, you're mine. So if I'm still doing these nice things for you, then I obviously, you know, care about how you perceive me. And I want it to be a good perception. And you're getting fucking shit out of it. You're getting fucking me treating you good. Okay? But for a paranoid person, they're going to think, why are you doing, what do you want from me? Do you want me to reciprocate? Does it, you do something for me, I have to do for you? In a healthy relationship, doing things for each other, being there for each other, emotionally, physically, psychologically, whatever, you're sick, somebody takes care of you, you're in crisis, somebody's there for you. All of those, can I call you? And you're there for them. And if a paranoid person is like, why are you wanting to do these things and do... Now, people pleasers and codependents will do things, for you and then resent you for it if you're not going to do back for them, Now, if that's my plan the whole time, then if I do for you and you do nothing for me ever, you're a piece of shit anyways, so I just will do less. A people pleaser and codependent will do more, will bitch and complain about all the things that I do for you. I do all these things. I cook, I clean. I'm always here for you. I always check up or check in. I don't do things with my family anymore because it gives you anxiety and then you don't want me to leave you. I do all these things and you do. Shut the fuck up. Don't complain, don't nothing. Strap on your balls, do what you want to fucking do. Do what you want to do. Reassure them that they are still loved and you're going to do your thing. Do things for your partner because you want to. Not because you're obligated to do that. Otherwise, run your relationship like a business as long as your business partner is putting in their effort. They're putting in their 40, 80, 150 hours, whatever the fuck. Okay? But a paranoid person is always going to think that kindness and love is a lie, is bullshit, deceptive. You're trying to con me into something. All right. Then we can be hostile and retaliatory. Yes. So this is the accusing you of things, freaking out on you, and then punishing you for it. Now, a narcissistic person can do these things too, antisocials, for real, borderlines, hell to the fuck, yeah. But, let's see, retaliation, it's, you do something, even you say something to me that I think is, if you say something that's fucked up, and I say something fucked up back to you, I'm going to say something fucked up back to you. There's always going to be retaliation in some way if the narcissistic person isn't trying to work on themselves and slow their roll and try not to attack you for everything. But otherwise, we're going to be hypersensitive and we are going to rip you apart to protect ourselves from feeling shame. You don't get to shame me. Don't guilt me. And anyway, two more. Okay, some paranoids think that you're talking behind their backs and you're out to get them. I don't think you're out to get me, except for like when I'm fighting with family members and stuff or whatever. I might be paranoid for a minute, and then I let it melt down. And I hope you're talking about me behind my back. Talk about me. I don't want to be forgotten. Negative supply is still fucking supply, dude. Go make videos about me. Go say fucking you're crazy, cray. Go make up shit. Go whatever. I don't give a shit. I do not care. Because I'm paranoid, there will be no receipts. There will be no receipts of me doing anything wrong because I am making sure, I've been fucked over in the past, so I know to watch my back, okay? Lastly, we have conspiracy theories. As we know, a lot of things are not theories that people have been exposing over the years, but I do love, the dark side of, Prison Planet, right? All the fucked up shit that's going on, that could be going on, propaganda, everything. I would buy books, I would research notes, everything. And then, just like an ADHD person, when they're done being hyperfixated on a specific subject, then they go to something else, and then they're like, okay, I'm done with that. Let's go do some art, But yes, anything is plausible. When people talk about they're crazy, I'm not going to be like, no, that's fucking weird. It's like, maybe, who knows? And who knows if this is how you want to perceive the world, this is going to be your little bubble of life that you're living in, and I get to do whatever the fuck I want to. I get to think and whatever I want, The only thing is when the narcissism comes in and we're like, you have to think the way that I think, or I'm going to get angry and hostile and call you names and you're fucking stupid and sheep and you're just following the blit and everything, right? Anyway, you have to be strong and be like, you don't just fuck off, dude. Think the way that you want to think. I don't have to fucking think that way, But anyway, I hope that was interesting. If you dealt with anyone with paranoid traits and have, a little story, or you deal with this yourself, share with the class so we can all understand each other better. Maybe how you stopped some of these paranoid traits so we can grow together too, okay? All right, I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.